Penicillin does not work equally against gram-positive and gram-negative bacteria. Our textbook on page 6970 says, generally, but with notable exceptions, penicillin is far more effective against gram-positive bacteria than gram-negative bacteria. The gram-negative bacteria has an outer membrane on top which the gram-positive is lacking. The peptoglycan layer is protected by an outer membrane. Therefore, the antibiotic cannot reach and destroy its target. The penicillin's target is the cell wall. Its directive is to interrupt peptoglycan synthesis, and it does this by interfering with the process of cross-linking adjacent glycan chains, ultimately preventing them from linking. Selective toxicity is the ability of an antimicrobial medication to kill the microbial cells but leave the host cell unharmed. Penicillin is a drug that has this selective toxicity, which makes it a beneficial medicine. The book words it well on page 502 when it says, they do this by interfering with essential structures or biochemical processes that are common or accessible in microbes but not human cells. Penicillin acts differently on different kinds of cells because of the modifications made over time. In Lecture 4, Week 1, the professor mentions that the first rounds of penicillin were only effective against gram-positive bacteria because of the lack of an outer membrane, which I mentioned earlier. However, she goes on to explain that since then, the drug has been modified to act against gram-negative as well. Researching that in the book even further showed that the penicillin G they were able to create, researching that in the book even further showed that from penicillin G they were able to create an ampicillin, which is specifically the strain that targets gram-negative bacteria as well. Further reading in the book shows some more detail on the different kinds of penicillin and how they act against certain cells, and consequently do not act against others. Page 505 and 506 lists natural penicillin, penicillinase-resistant, broad-spectrum penicillin, extended-spectrum penicillin, and penicillin plus B lactamase inhibitor.